Hello, I'm Louise here from BeHealing.com, and this is the weekly energy update for all signs. So I'm going to go into the weekly energies for everybody, all signs, and then I'm going to break it down for each star sign. So you might want to watch but you're going to want to watch the general, otherwise the other stuff isn't going to make sense because I'm only going to clarify what has been said in the general for each star sign. But you might want to check out your sun sign, your moon sign, your rising sign, and maybe your Venus sign as well, especially if you're interested in the loving kind of stuff. But you might want to cross watch as well. It's okay to do that here. Because you might find what's going on with your loved ones and why they're acting like they're acting, what they're going through inside. It might make a lot more sense, even for those that aren't conscious of it, that aren't doing the work kind of thing. They're still going to be triggered by the same stuff and affected by the same energies. So you can cross watch here. So let's do it. I've got a live show live here on YouTube pretty much every day. It's called Psychic Cafe. I'd love to see you in there. I do channelings and I also do mini reads in there as well. So for a donation, super chat, super sticker, or a PayPal donation, any amount, you can have your questions answered by your higher self or general guidance from your higher self. So love to see you in there. It's at 7 a.m. Bangkok time, pretty much every day. Also, you can get private readings from me too, from my website, behealing.com. Right, so let's get the cards out for the collective first of all. There'll be timestamps as well in the comments and in the box, with information about this video, so that you can jump ahead to the clarifications. But as I said, watch this first bit first, otherwise it won't make any sense whatsoever. Born with a gift. You were born with a gift. You were born knowing something. There's something that you knew as a child and a gift as well. And if you haven't tapped back into that again this week, you're going to be shoved. I just saw the image of you being shoved by the universe toward that. You're going to be reminded about, no, you're going to be shoved. Not just a reminder. You've been reminded of it before. We've had this energy coming up in maybe, I don't know, the last 4 or 5 months, I think, in the readings. Maybe longer than that, maybe the past year. And now universe is giving you a shove. If you're not actually following that guidance, it's going to give you a shove this week. So that's what it's about. If you feel like you're being pushed around, like a tower moment or something like that this week, then it's something that you knew, a gift that you've had as a child. You still got it. It's very important to your life. Like the stuff that we remember when we're children, it's very important for our lives. And you're going to be tapping back into that. For example, I've always had my gift since I was a kid. Also the travel thing as well. And yeah, there's other stuff that I knew as a kid and was as a kid that I turned my back on in my teenage years and in my 20s too, even in my 30s, and kind of opened back up to it in my 40s as well. So something's coming back up. Let's get a cat out. All of the decks that I'm using, by the way, they're in the description box. There's links to purchase them as well. Most of them. Some of them aren't available because I do like the obscure decks. Okay, who have we got here? We've got 2. I'm going to take them both. This one doesn't look very happy. Vulnerability. I wanted to say vulnerability. Meet shadow. Oh, shadow work. Wow, so many readings have been about that lately. Vulnerability. Meet shadow. This little kitten hasn't had the easiest time. You might see him peeking out of a dark alley or quickly slipping out of his sight in an abandoned building. What he really needs is some love and nurturing. Don't you just want to take him home and cuddle him? Well, this is what he wants too, though he may not show it at first. Shadow is the part of us that has ever been afraid, defensive, lonely, hurt, or angry. He's our deepest vulnerabilities. He's the place inside that needs more loving than anything, and you are the one to give that love. Yeah, you. Look at those eyes. You know what you want to do. No, vulnerability, kitty. So yeah, this is about the shadow work. Of course, it's about shadow work. That's what we've got to do. Shadow work isn't about noticing what's wrong with us and trying to fix it or trying to push it down, pretend we don't have it. That's when the dark side of us really comes out, bites us on the bum. Think about anger. If you push anger down, what happens? it turns into rage whenever you're really tired or something triggers you, and yeah, just act, it's rage. It all comes out at once, directed at something that doesn't deserve it. So this is what I've got to do with the shadow work. Anything that we're judging in ourselves, not only wanting to push down, saying that we're not that, like that's bad in the world, and I'm not that, I'm not that. Yes, you do have it inside of you. It is you, and you've got to love it. Love that it's there. We're not given anything that we don't require. So shadow work this week again says vulnerability there, and threshold. Oh, I knew it. Threshold. We're on a threshold of something new. Oh, look at this sweet little thing. Meet Sage. She's the queen of the threshold. In or out, out or in. Oh God, she's one of those cats. Sitting right at the door, wanting to go in, come out. Come in, go out. Whichever side of the door you're on. She lingers right at the borderland between worlds. Glancing back, she takes stock of everything she's cherished, everything that's challenged and interested her, and everything that's weighed her down and limited her. She peeks her nose through the door and smells the fresh air of possibility, with a swirl of exhilaration and a hint of fear. Perhaps she even tiptoes through a few times, only to return to her old world for a while. Find peace at the threshold, but don't surrender to the turn back now gargoyles that guard the gateway. When you're ready, you will stride boldly into your new world. We're at the threshold at the moment. We're acting like cats. Shall I go in? Shall I go out? When we're ready, we'll walk forward. We don't have to push ourselves to be ready. We've got to do that shadow work and self-love ourselves to be ready. Don't push ourselves, because that's not self-loving. We wouldn't push this kitty, right? We wouldn't push this kitty. Look at it. It's adorable. Right, so let's get some tarot out and find out what's going on for everybody. What's in the general energies this week? Because, of course, we are all affected by the same planets, but collective conscious most of all, Our collective consciousness is always manifesting the big things or not, And so we are affected by the same collective consciousness. We've got the Eight of Swords out first. Feeling trapped or bound by something. I'm going to get the clarifiers out before I go into these, so that this video isn't too long. The Hermit, hiding away. Yes, I get that energy. Hiding away to get clarity is what I'm getting from that, or what has been coming up in the readings lately. What else have we got for this week for everybody? The Chariot, forward movement. Are we ready for it? Kitty, we might be. We're at the threshold of it for sure, of something, but are we ready to go forward? We're all individuals in that respect. And another one for the collective, please. One more. There we go. The Fool. Been coming out a lot lately as well. The start of a new journey. Yes, a risk to be taken, but only once we're ready. Don't push yourself to be ready. As I said, that's kind of self-violence, not self-love. The world will wait for us. Song in my head, waiting for the world to change. We're not waiting for the world to change. We're waiting for ourselves to be ready. To be part of that change, and not in a physical way. To be part of that collective consciousness shift. To be ready for it, to play our part in it, to accept that change within our lives first. We're not waiting for the external world to change. We're waiting for us to be ready to walk through that door and make those changes within ourselves. And it starts with consciousness first. So, Eight of Swords, how come we're feeling bound? How come we're all feeling bound this week? The Six of Materials, it's about reciprocity. So, you're giving out your energy, your consciousness, whatever, and you don't seem to be getting back what it is that you're wanting to get back, that reciprocity. This could be about reciprocity in your workplace, getting paid your dues or being even heard, that reciprocity of energy. It could be about being recognized too for the energy that you're giving out or what you've done. It could be about in relationships as well. It's all about relationships, right? It's relationships with your boss, your customers, your colleagues, or a loved one, family, friends, romantic relationships. It could be about not getting reciprocity in that. What is it I'm doing? What is it I'm doing that's causing this lack of reciprocity? If it keeps on happening to you, you're the common denominator. I know that you are, because I used to get a lack of reciprocity. and I don't anymore because I figured it out within myself. So let's go into that. We're feeling bound by that, but we're not really bound. There's an answer. So if you're struggling with reciprocity, receiving, getting stuff back, you're going to get led forward in that. It's in so many of my readings, so if you're new to my channel, you won't have heard me talk about this stuff, but I don't want to go into it in massive detail because it's in a lot of my other readings. So, okay, the Hermit. Why the Hermit? Why are we having to hide away? Because it's Mercury retrograde. Oh God. Four of Wands. The Four of Inspiration here. It's the Marriage card. Hiding away from our relationships to gain clarity. That's what I said when I picked out the Hermit card, right? Hiding away from our relationships to gain clarity. Now, this could be you don't want to hang out with your friends. You don't want to be or pursue the potential lover or go on dates and stuff like that, or hang out with your lover. You don't want to hang out with your family. You don't want to answer the phone, that kind of thing. Now, when we pull back, we do gain clarity. It's good to have some distance in relationships to gain that clarity. It's hard when we're in it. It's like being busy all the time. You know, when we fill our lives up and we're busy all the time, we can't gain clarity. It's when we stop and we have that space to feel what it is that we've been doing. When we have a break, when we have a holiday, that's when people get sick, right? Because they've been overworking themselves. They haven't stopped to feel what they've been doing to themselves. So there's taking a break from relationships, especially romantic relationships this week, to give ourselves space to gain some clarity on it. The Chariot. I'm going to go into each one of these columns of tarot cards and clarify them for each star sign, by the way. The Chariot, to get specific on what it's all about, you know. The Chariot and the Queen of Inspiration. The Queen of Inspiration is always ready to go forward. She knows what she wants. She knows she's got all the skills and stuff. So it's something from childhood, isn't it? She knows what she wants and she's raring to go. She's on the threshold of doing it. Creating something in her life, creating that change that she wants as well. Why the Fool? So the start of a new journey, taking a risk. Maybe we've got movement this week. It looks like it. Hey, for some. It depends if you're doing the work and if you're ready or not. As I said, you don't need to push yourself to be ready. If you're not ready, you're not ready. You don't have to pretend that you are. You know, the law of attraction isn't about pushing ourselves and pretending and acting as if and doing it. That's not self-love, in fact, when we're doing that. But listen to yourself and take it in your own time. That was interesting the way that came out. The Nine of Materials, doing it for ourselves. Oh, okay, so it's not necessarily relationships that are moving forward, because the Nine of Materials is the doing it by ourselves card. It's the self-made one, you know, the one that's got their own business, they've got their own money, they've got their own house and all of this, but they haven't got the relationship. And fulfilling everything in their lives themselves, kind of thing, you know. Is the Nine of Materials, but yeah, it tends not to have a romantic relationship, a partner to do it all with, but it's getting us there, you know. So that new journey could be taking us from that Nine of Materials into the relationship too for some people. I don't know, it just depends on this clarity that you're getting. Of course, we're all at different stages, right? And we're all asking for different things in relationships as well. We all want different things, and we're all aligned or misaligned in different ways. Let's get more clarity out about this for the general, for the collective. Eight of Swords and the Six of Materials. Something about feeling bound because the reciprocity isn't there, or you're not manifesting, or you're not getting something back from people that you're giving out. And I said I wouldn't talk about it much, but sexual energy has come out with that, so it is in romantic relationships. So it's about, have you been in relationships where you're giving a lot of energy, you're looking after them, you're doing all the work around the house and stuff like that? They're not doing that much for you. You're the one that goes around to see them. You're the one that texts them messages, and you're the one putting in the effort, and they're not. There's a lack of reciprocity there. And in sexual relationships, romantic relationships, that Eros kind of love, you know. So feeling bound by that, bound to this same pattern over and over again. Right, I better talk about it then. What it was in me. I was willing to do too much because I wasn't feeling that great about myself. I wasn't loving myself that much. I was just thinking about what I needed to give because I didn't feel good enough yet. And so I was overdoing to prove myself worthy to have a relationship. And it even showed up in me. I would like getting into a new relationship, I think about old relationship, like my exes seeing me in the new relationship as if to prove I am lovable, even though you didn't love me properly, even though you didn't reciprocate, I am lovable. It was constantly about trying to prove myself because I didn't feel inherently worthy of it. Now, it was only when I realized, when I started doing this nano material stuff, doing the stuff for myself, getting everything that I wanted for myself, instead of trying to get into a relationship to sort all of that stuff out. And when I took a step back and realized, oh my God, I'm amazing in relationships. I give so much. I do so much for them. I make so much effort. I'm amazing at loving. I'm psychologically sound mostly now. I've got a lot of self-awareness. I'm amazing in relationships, and I can manage them really well as well if they're not managing themselves. Narcissists, right? Or tending toward that narcissist personality disorder. You can even deal with things like that. I'm like, oh my God, I'm amazing in relationships. I deserve to be in a relationship with someone like that, that's got that to offer. Oh my God, how good would it be to be in a relationship with someone just like me that offers that much? Well, that would be incredible. That would be reciprocity. And then since I had that thought, I waited. Oh, I'm getting tingles. I waited until I found someone that did have that reciprocity. Not with me right now. Hermit and the Four of Inspiration. Separation. Spending time by ourselves is really important to gain that clarity. What's this about? What's behind all of this? The Hermit and the Four of Inspiration. Give us something on this. Okay, so maybe it is all about relationship this week. Surprisingly. Home. Your sacred space, your home. Hermiting away, actually being at home by yourself to get that clarity. As I said, we need to take that step back from busyness and from people to gain clarity on them. Often in romantic relationships, we only do that once we break up, and then we look back and we're like, oh my God, what happened? But it's really, we should take breaks from each other often to gain that clarity, right? So that we don't stick it out for too long if it is going wrong. It might not be going wrong. You might just need some clarity, like of, oh yeah, I've been getting caught up in this relationship and now I take a step back. You know, maybe their work or their business or whatever, an issue that's going on for them. When you take a step back and you take that space, then you realize, oh, I should be getting on with my stuff. I don't need to be, you know, I can trust them to get on with their own stuff, that kind of thing. We gain clarity. It's really good for relationships. So that is advisable this week, whether you're in a relationship or not, taking a step back from it, taking a step back from dating or pursuing or constantly thinking about it, trying to manifest it. So yeah, spending time in your home in here, in your heart, not in my heart. Get out of my heart if that's where you think your home is. The Chariot and the Queen of Inspiration. She knows where. She knows what she wants. She knows where she's going. Can she set off yet, or is she going to stay on that threshold? You know, before the Chariot sets off, look at those galloping horses there. Look at them. You need to know where you're headed. You need to have this vision and know what you're going for, right? And it's got to be what you're going for aligned with what your higher self knows that you want too. What's the word? I saw it this morning when I was doing Psychic Cafe. It's like a special, not a special, but a wish will be granted, but not just any old wish. The wishes that are aligned with our higher selves, what we really truly want, not just the whims and stuff. Not that you can't have the whims and stuff and the sparkly stuff and whatever you want, you can, but it's these important wishes that you want to head towards. So getting on the same page as our higher selves so that we've got that direction, so that our third eye, see how our third eye there has got the thing coming up from it? Can you see that? So that she, you know, that's her reins that are connected to these horses, so that when those horses start galloping, when she sets off from that threshold, she knows. I'm saying she because of the Queen here, but it's for men and women. We're all the masculine and feminine, you know. We are. So the Chariot and the Queen of Inspiration, give us more on this. I wonder whether we're ready to go or not. It's going to be dependent on each of us. We're all in different timelines now. And I'm reading for more people now, I feel it. Giving you options, like one of those like adventure books, you know, where you get an option. Do you choose A or B? Okay, we've got psychic development. Interesting. Psychic development. So she's getting her head straight. She's getting aligned with what it is that she really wants. Getting psychic development, getting on the same page as your higher self, realizing this, bringing it back to that born with a gift, to the childhood stuff too. You're born with something, interests and gifts and stuff. Getting back on course with that before we're setting off to go. Fast forward. So you could be using these energies this week to hermit and think about those things. Life path and relationships, marriage. What are you committed to? Committed to yourself? You're committed to your 9 of materials, doing it yourself? Or are you at the stage where you've got all of that sorted? You've got everything is just working out amazingly in your life and you're ready for the relationship, the cherry on top now. Got to do all that stuff first, the 9 of materials first. So the Fool's Journey, what is this? Taking a risk at something. Is it heading away from the 9 of materials or heading toward the 9 of materials? So what I mean by that is some of you, maybe you're not at the point where everything is amazing in your life apart from you haven't got a relationship. Maybe you're heading toward that and you want to take a risk on that. Maybe you've trapped yourself in bad relationships and you feel, I can't go because of the money, or can't go because of this or because of that, and waiting for them to do this. And maybe you haven't set off on this journey. So for some of you, the Fool's Journey is to that. You know what? I know what I want. I'm going to head off toward that. I'm going to get it for myself because I deserve it for myself. I deserve to use my skills and my energy and all my gifts for myself first and get something for me. I deserve security. I'm as valid as every other human being on this planet, and I deserve that. So for some of you, it could be that. For some of you that have already got the 9 of materials, everything is going amazingly in your life. You've got abundance, you've got a business or a great job that you love, and it's just getting better and better, and you love your environment and friendships and everything. It's all going great. You got the 9 of materials there, or the 99.99 materials. You'll see that coming up in the energy updates this week, the daily energy updates. Is it time for that relationship to come in? It could be. It could be time. You could be on the threshold of that. And so that could be the risk taking now, is to open that up to having a relationship. Now, when you've got the 9 of materials, that isn't so easy to do because, I don't know, opening my space up to a partner, I'm into a really nice groove with my work, and I've got all my time to myself, my space to myself. I can be a starfish in my bed, and I can eat when I want and do what I want and go to bed early. And it's just, it is a risk to open that up. Are you ready for that integration? Are you ready to integrate it and be in relationship? Because you might be asking for a relationship but not really be ready. Okay, there was another card wanted to come out there, and it's a self-love card. So for some of you, as I said, it's the self-loving thing of doing the 9 materials. So some of you are kind of just at that stage of setting off on that journey of, I want to do that. Or maybe you're more at the 6 or 7 or 8 materials kind of thing. Not in the tarot cards, but maybe you've got a job that you love, but your environment and your time and your money and stuff like that isn't the best. So maybe it is this self-love journey for you to get to that 9 materials. Really, it's only when you get to that 99.99 materials where you've got pretty much everything sorted in your life, that should be the point where we open up to a relationship, for a really healthy relationship. And as I said, that takes a risk to do that. So I'm going to clarify each of these for each star sign later on. Let's get some out. I'm also going to get one of these. I'm going to get a relationship card out for each star sign, but let's get one out for the general first. Here we go. What have we all got going on? Soulmates. Being drawn together. As I was saying, the soulmate or the twin flame, you haven't, if you're not the 99.99 materials, if you're not doing all the other stuff for yourself and it's working out great and you're in alignment, you haven't met your twin flame. I'm going to take that as twin flame rather than soulmate. And that's what my guides keep on telling me now, is like, if you're not at that stage, you haven't met your twin flame, because you just meet in a lesson relationship or a soulmate. So something about twin flames wanting to come together now to take us into that new, I don't want to say new age, but it's like to start creating what relationships can actually be, because I don't think any of us have experienced good relationships now, and that's what I have been told by my guides is what twin flame relationships will be. I don't think any of them are together yet. I don't know of any. I know people claiming it, but I don't think they're in soulmate lesson relationships. So it takes a very high state of alignment, and we want high state of alignment people to be leading the way now and figuring out, oh, how can amazing relationships work? Let's see. Tell us more about this soulmate. I like the energies this week. It's very important, maybe? I don't know. It's time to release negativity. This is about your relationship journey. So if you're telling stories like, I'm ready and they're not, it's not true. We're all not ready. A new start is coming now. Awesome. Releasing negativity, letting go of your bullshit about being ready. We've all got work to do. Constantly evolving. We can constantly evolve. So yeah, don't kid yourself that you just need them to sort themselves out, you know. It's just because there's nobody available or whatever. It's not that at all. It's us getting to that high state of vibration, getting ready to open up as well for that fool's journey, you know. Harmony. You're able to feel a loving, balanced connection with everything. Interesting. So a loving, balanced connection with everything else in your life, and then you bring that amazing twin flame relationship in. Right, let's get some of these out then about relationships too. I'll get one of these out for each star sign as well. These love oracle cards. Give us more on this. This soulmate new start coming, but we need to release that bullshit first and get everything else in harmony within our life to be ready to open up. We've got the I like you card. I didn't want to take that. Why didn't I want to take it? I like you. This is telling me, you know the difference between like and love? Well, there's differences between love and love as well. There's like unconditional love, there's romantic love. There's all different kinds of love. And as I said, I'm hearing that we haven't even experienced like good romantic love yet. None of us have experienced that yet. It hasn't been created yet. Or it has been created, but we haven't experienced it yet. So we've been asking for it, you know. We've all experienced like dependency, attachment, roommates. We've experienced what some people call karmic relationships. I call them lesson relationships. Because I see everyone as being a soulmate, so that's why I'm taking this card as meaning twin flame, because soulmate's not special. We're all connected to each other. Everyone's soulmate. But I know what they mean by that, you know, special person, here to teach you a lesson. Anyway, the difference between love, there's many differences between all the different kinds of love. The English language is kind of not good like that. It's only got one word for love. But this I like you, we also need to like them too. Have you ever been in love with someone that you don't actually like? Maybe you've experienced that too. I've experienced that. So there's something about self-love being important so that we actually like ourselves. That shadow work we've been doing as well. So that we actually like ourselves rather than rejecting ourselves, loving ourselves, and then we can actually bring someone in that we like, which is a firm foundation for a healthy kind of love. That's what I'm getting from that. Interesting. We've got to actually like them. Who knew? It certainly wasn't my experience of relationships. The liking wasn't there. My parents didn't like each other. I got married to someone I didn't like. He didn't like me. Love was there, sure, but what kind of love was it? Because, I don't know, it wasn't good for me. Looking back, it seemed like it at the time. Let's get some more cards out then for the collective for this week. So as I said, I'm going to clarify each of those columns that is there for each star sign. Let's get some more for the collective. What else have we got going on this week? We've got news coming in, the news of a birth or a new business opportunity. So we do have new beginnings going on, or the news that a new beginning is about to start. So this Fool, we're on the edge of it. We're on the threshold of it. This kitty was right. What was this? Sage. Sage was right. We are on the threshold of something. We're at the door being an annoying cat. Not sure whether to go. I'm not sure whether we're ready to go yet. But we do have news coming in. Sunrise, new creative ideas, new ventures, a fresh start. Nice. And so we've got a lot of relationship stuff coming in here for some that are ready, for those that are ready. You might be ready for a lesson relationship. I mean, don't keep yourself out of relationships just because you're not ready for the twin flame. Get in relationships. We need our relationship lessons too. My guys, I used to do like soulmate twin flame readings, and I still do. I call them that, but my guys told me stop doing it about twin flames and soulmates. Like, there's nobody ready for that. So people are waiting instead of getting the lessons that they need, learning about themselves and love, learning about how to self-love. Relationships are great to teach us that stuff, and we need to get into them. So now my soulmate twin flame readings, the private readings, they go into your next relationship. So yeah, my guys said encourage them to get into relationships. So, but I'm speaking as a kind of leader, what we're manifesting, the higher level stuff here. Yeah, I'm talking about twin flames. As I said, there's not very many of them when I was talking before, but they might be watching me because I'm getting some very interesting information about that. So we've got a lot of new stuff coming in, a message that a business opportunity, a new start, new ventures, fresh start, new creative ideas are coming in. It's amazing. Stepping out into a new experience, says the leg. Wow. And as I said, with relationships and with twin flames, they could be coming together now, because I'm not getting the timing of this, but they could be coming together now. We seem to be getting prepared with all of this information for them to be coming together, because they're the ones that are going to create a new experience, new relationships. Let's figure it out. Let's figure out how to be in relationships and for it to be balanced in the masculine and feminine. It's going to take some figuring out. We've not experienced it before. But who do we want being the leaders in that? We want the ones that are in the highest alignment, don't we? We don't want messed up people figuring it out. We've experienced that. We've had people in leadership positions and stuff. We don't want the ones that are unaware of themselves leading the way forward. That's just so backward. So, stepping into new experiences this week. I love it. Fan, romance, celebration party. So it is. It could be. Oh my God, it could be. Or it could be a carrot. It could be twin flames coming together this week. Wow. Or it could be carrots. So we could be being told that the twin flames are coming this week to get us ready. Remember the threshold. Or Tina on the threshold. It's getting closer. I'm telling you, it's getting closer if you're on the twin flame journey too. It seems to be that I am, and I have no idea. I never believed in it. People were talking about it years ago. I never believed in it because my guides had never told me. I've been doing this all of my life, this work, professionally for the last 21 years. My guides had never told me, and it's only like last year that they were like, oh, okay, Claire, now about twin flames. I'm like, you kidding me? It's real? I thought it was just some crap that someone made up. Damn it. But it's good that they held it away from me because I could get distracted by relationships so easy. We've got the village. It takes a village. This is telling me that your relationships, it's not just about getting into lesson relationships, romantic relationships. You're in relationship with your village, your community, and you can get those lessons from that too. A monk told me that once. I was on retreat, and there was at a Buddhist place in Scotland, Samueling, and the teacher, the monk that was teaching us, he was talking about, the celibacy, the vow of celibacy, and I was interested in that. I was asking him why do you take a vow of celibacy when we learn so much in relationships? He's like, oh, still learn a lot in relationships. Me and my teacher, me and whoever, still learning a lot in relationships. It doesn't have to be romantic. And he's right. We can get it from the village. We can get those lesson relationships from the village. And maybe it's better to do that because when we have sex with people, when it gets romantic, we get more baggage. We get baggage from other people too, but we get more baggage when we have sex with people, especially. There's a more of an emotional dependency, bond, attachment that happens in that respect. So what else? So you might be having these lessons and stuff and this preparation stuff with friends, family, all of that. I don't know. We're hermiting now to figure out relationships. So, oh yeah, we can do it through our memory. I've been getting that guidance too. You don't have to actually experience it and be out there. You can do it with your memory. We can think about it. So that hermit and getting the clarity about relationships. So that we can remove our masks. There's a mosquito sat there on the floor. I want to kill it before it comes and bites me. It's just out of my reach now. The mask. The mask. Why this week, the mask? Removing the mask and being 100% honest with ourselves and in integrity. It's being honest with ourselves. Got to be totally honest with ourselves. Wow, it's been coming up in the weekly reads like for the last, 4 weeks? Being honest with ourselves, confronting our bullshit and our masks, who we're pretending to be instead of who we really are. Again, I'm being drawn back to this. Something that we remembered in our childhood. Somebody that we are, that we were in our childhood. It's a part of us and it's really important. Okay, I'm going to get that mosquito. Sorry. Oh no, I missed it. At least it's moved and I won't be watching it all the time. Let's get one more out for the collective and then we'll get into the other mode. The offering, we're being offered something new. There's so much newness, right? News of a birth or new business opportunity, new creative ideas, new ventures, a fresh start, the Fool. There's so much newness in this. Stepping into a new experience, romance, celebration, party. We've got so much newness. Something is being offered to us this week, and we're being like the kiddie standing on the verge of that door. Shall we go through it? Am I ready to go through it? Taking a step backwards, going, am I ready for this? Am I ready for this? Not overthinking it, hopefully. Maybe overthinking it. Right, let's do it. Let's get some clarity for each star sign. As I said, there's going to be some fast forward links, some timestamp links in the comments and in the description box for this. Let's do it. Using these little cards here. So, what is going on with Aries, first of all? Eight of Swords and the Six of Materials. What is it about reciprocity and Aries? It's about communication, talking to somebody. So, Aries, this is about you this week, realizing that it's about your communication. You're not standing up and asking for what it is that you want. So maybe you're just doing those things instead of saying to them, hey, when you don't do this stuff for me too, when you don't do any of the housework, or when you don't message me and just wait for me to message you, or when you don't invite me around, or when you don't come around to see me, when you do that, this is how it makes me feel. You've got to communicate it, and find out why. I mean, I did this with somebody last week. Find out why. I'm like, why haven't you been around to see me? Why didn't you message me? And he said, oh, because you're busy. I thought you were really busy with your work. I'm like, oh, I am. Yeah, but you can still make some effort. It feels bad when you don't make effort like that. And he's like, oh, okay, sorry. So it's about that. It's about communicating. You haven't been communicating it, Aries. You need to communicate that. So you're not getting the reciprocity back because you're not actually speaking out about it. Maybe you're just presuming that they would know. They don't always know. So the Hermit and the Four of Inspiration here. Wow. So stepping back from a relationship to think about it. It could be stepping back from everybody, hermiting, to get that clarity. I mean, I had that guidance 3 weeks ago, and I've been spending these last 3 weeks pretty much alone. And it's interesting because I was still training, but then I've got a leg injury. I think you can see the bruise on it anymore, but I've got a leg injury, so I can't train anymore. So I was brought a step back from even that, which has been good because it's, we're not allowed to be busy. We push our feelings down. We don't feel our feelings when we're around other people all the time and doing stuff all the time. It's very tempting. Our ego wants us to do that. It does not want us to stop and feel what's going on. It's scared of the unknown. But yeah, you've got new beginnings coming, Aries, and accept the unexpected. So this is about you hermiting away, taking that break so that because you've got something new coming in. It's going to be unexpected, this new beginning. It's not who you thought it was going to be or how you thought it was going to be. It's going to be new. So you're taking a step back. It could be from a relationship to realize that it's not right for you, that reciprocation isn't there. Like, some people just don't care, but you don't presume that someone doesn't care before you've let them know about it. If that example that I gave, if I said to him, oh, how come you didn't come and see me or message me or whatever, call me, and if he just said, I don't need to or whatever, it's your job, or then yeah, get the hell away from that kind of person, narcissist. But if they've got they're just seeing it from a different perspective kind of thing, then you don't. So you're taking a step back because there's a new beginning coming. Could be with someone new, or it could just be like a whole same relationship, but different communication styles. Actually being brave enough to have those conversations, not just fights, Aries, conversations. The Chariot and the Queen of Inspiration. Are you ready? Are you ready to get going? Not quite. You're not ready to get going. You've got something to complete first that is holding you back from believing in yourself. This could be moving forward with your work or a relationship, but you're not quite believing in yourself, so you're not quite on the same page as your higher self at the moment, is what that's saying. So the Fool and the Nine of Materials, how are you with this? Get support and create, right? So the reciprocity, you're not being supported. You're not getting that reciprocity. You need to sort that out first before you step. So I doubt very much, if you're having this lack of reciprocity experience that you seem to be having, that you are, because of communication stuff, that you're actually in the Nine of Materials at the moment, that everything's going like amazingly in your life. So getting support, getting reciprocity, allowing people to help you, creating that first. You don't want to step forward like the Chariot and go into something really new until you're ready. This is saying that you're not ready for that new journey yet, but you're ready for a new journey in the self-love stuff, and allowing yourself to receive more, changing your communication style and all of that I just said. So what's going on in your love life apart from this soulmate thing? Of course it is heart-to-heart conversations. You need to start having them. Heart-to-heart conversations. You might have Aries. I've got a lot of Aries. Aries Moon, Aries Venus, and Aries Mercury too. So, and I'm Taurus, but I'm born on the cusp. So I've got a lot of Aries in me, and I love my Aries side. So I know what it's like. And you might think, because we've got so much fight in us, you might think that this is confrontation, this is asking for a fight, but it's not. It's actually avoiding a fight. It's not, it doesn't have to be combative and confrontational, those heart-to-heart conversations. That's what I feel I need to tell you, Aries. Give us more on this. So yeah, you might be backing off from that, not wanting to, because it might feel like put my boxing gloves and challenge you to a fight, when really, when I was asking my ex that you haven't called me or whatever, it wasn't to start a fight. In fact, it was because he was saying, how come you haven't been around? He was doing the same thing to me, and I told him. Well, I won't share that because it's very personal, but I was doing this. I was doing this, the hermit stuff, but yeah. And then I'm like, well, how come you haven't done that? It wasn't to have a fight. We weren't fighting, but we needed to have that conversation. You need to have that conversation. Maybe with exes, maybe with family, friends. This isn't just about romantic relationships. Generally, how you do in romantic relationships is how you do everything. Not just relationships with family and friends and stuff, the way that you communicate, but money, jobs, all that kind of thing too. You're ascending. Yay, Aries, you're ascending. You're transcending obstacles. You're learning a new way. You're learning expansion, new phase, preparing for union. You're preparing for union this week. Good job, Aries. Taurus, what about you? How come you're feeling all bound by this lack of reciprocity? What's going on with you and reciprocity? I am heard physical action. So you need someone to take the action, and you're biting at the bit to take the action, like first. Like, oh, I feel the frustration in this. You want something done, and you know it's got to be reciprocal. You know it's them to do it, not you. But you're like, I'm just going to do it anyway. I'm going to do it because you're not doing it. Like, oh, I'll do it myself. It's that kind of an energy, but it's not something you can do yourself. You've got to wait for them to make the move. So you're waiting on somebody to do something. You're feeling bound because it's not you that can do it. You want to take physical action on it, and you're like, come on, come on, come on, do it. Come on. Maybe not saying that to them, but you're saying it to the universe. Come on then, come on. What can I do? What can I do? What can I do? Taurus, you can't do anything. You're so earthy and you want to manifest things that you want to be the one taking action. You've got to sit back now and let them take the action. This is, I'm not saying don't take the action on the stuff that's yours. Absolutely take the action on the stuff that's yours. If it's yours to do, do it, Taurus. But I feel like you do that anyway. Earth signs, we do that anyway, right? Interesting. So the Hermit and Four of Inspiration, how come you're taking a step back from romantic relationships, especially the one that you might want to get married to? Strength and courage and surrender. There's a lot of strength in that, Taurus. Yes, there is. There's a lot of strength in that, and surrendering and letting them. So this could be the same thing as what I just talked about. You might be waiting for a romantic partner to sort something out and then make a move towards you, and you can't do that for them. You know it's theirs to do, and so you're having to surrender. And there's a hell of a lot of patience and strength in the not doing anything, because you do want reciprocation, and we can't jump in there and do it. If you want reciprocation, any sign that's listening to this, you have to stop yourself from jumping in there and doing it first. You've got to give them time. Not everyone is Taurus. Not everyone just like takes action and does it and is that grounded. Some people, they're going through other stuff, or they don't have that in that nature to take action. Earth signs maybe, yeah, but other signs not so much. Like you've got other signs that are going to thinking about it for ages before they'll take action. And that's okay. We're not always right, Taurus. The Chariot, Queen of Inspiration. So you're on this threshold. Are you ready? Are you ready to get going, Taurus? Are you? Not quite. Somebody else that you're waiting on again. Okay, write and find a new approach. This is about communication with you and this one, the one that needs to take action. Whoever it is that you're waiting for to make that move and take that physical action. Write and find a new approach. So I would say that this new approach is the hermit, it's the surrender, it's taking a step back, it's being even stronger in that, I would say. But it might not be for you because our circumstances are going to be slightly different. Each Taurus is going to be slightly different. And so maybe you write that new approach down. Maybe you need to write this down and remind yourself that it's very strong to wait and leave it to them and trust them that they're going to take that action. And that if they're not going to take that action, then it's not reciprocity and you don't want it anyway. Write something down, Taurus, to solidify why you're taking the approach that you're taking. You might want to pause this and do that straight away as well, Taurus. It's important to do the work, not just watch videos, to actually do the work. So the Fool and the Nine of Materials, what's this? Taurus, what's this for you? Are you ready for this new journey? What is this new journey for you? Communication coming. How exciting. Communication coming. Refocus. It's going to refocus you. The communication is coming. All of this, the stork, bringing news. Yeah, you've got something coming, Taurus, this week, hopefully this week, for this new journey. Be ready for it. It's going to change your focus when it comes in. So life could be getting boring. You might just be focused on your Nine of Materials. It's all going well. It's like, okay, universe, I'm ready for the next, but I'm waiting on this person to come in or whatever. Waiting for someone to show up in my life to have a romantic relationship with, whatever it is that you're waiting for that reciprocity. And you're like, come on then. And then that comes in and it refocuses you straight away. It's like, okay, it's go time. I've got something new to focus on now. What about your love life, Taurus? We've got that twin flame stuff going on, but what else is going on for Taurus in our love life and Taurus sun sign? If I didn't say that before. Finances and career. Okay. Finances and career are affecting your love life, it says, Taurus. Is it yours? It's not mine. I mean, my finances are good. The subject of my attention, romantic attention, is not good right now. So it could be you, it could be them. But financial issues are a factor in your love life right now. They might not be facing up to that too. Might be holding back from you. That might be the action that you're waiting for them to take, to change in the job or something like that. Let's get another one for you. So maybe that's why you're on the threshold as well. You need the reciprocity first before it's go time from someone in your love life. You're not willing to step forward until they do, and that feels like the right thing to do, Taurus. And so you're waiting on a financial thing. I'm not going to type that. Oh, kind of fell twice then. Taurus. One of these for Taurus, please. Separation. Yeah, sadness, missing you. Think about you, yearning, unsure of the future. Whew. Okay, your person, Taurus, or this might be you, both of you. In fact, I just heard, Can't be together at the moment because of finances and career. It's not that they don't want to step forward and reciprocate. They do. They haven't got the means to at the moment. I'm hearing that really loud and clear for you, Taurus. So you just have to wait. Sorry. Wait by the door. Be ready. Get yourself ready. Continue getting yourself ready. You might want to do the Nine of Materials even more then. In other words, get yourself in an even better financial situation. Do your Taurus thing, Taurus. Gemini, what's this Eight of Swords and the Six of Materials? So what's this reciprocity thing? How come you're feeling bound by that lack of reciprocity or whatever? Yeah, okay. So for Geminis, you need to realize that if someone isn't reciprocating, if you've communicated to them that you want them to reciprocate, that you expect them to reciprocate, that you're doing this, and that effort, and when they don't make that effort and do that, then this is how it makes you feel. If you've done all of that, Gemini, because you are the communicator, then it's time to zip it instead of moaning about it. And if you've told them once, then they should have retained that if they weren't drunk or on drugs. Then it's time to be quiet and zip it and not keep on reminding them, trying to change them, trying to get them to be different. They've made their choice, right, by not doing it. So then's the time to be still and be quiet and move away. Cut it off. You're not for me. Can't do it. Even if you like having sex with them. They're not for you. If they can't reciprocate, then it's time to find someone that can. And remember to communicate it if you haven't been doing that. What you expect from them. And not let it lie when they don't reciprocate. Not continuing putting all the effort in yourself, and just letting them get away with not putting the effort in. It's time for a change, Gemini. The Hermit and the Four of Inspiration here. So you're backing off from a relationship, taking some time out for yourself. What's this? You've been doing too much, Gemini. Service and touch. And once you back off from this relationship, once you zip it, stop trying to change them to do that when they're not going to. Then you take time off, and then that's when your feelings are going to come out. You're going to feel the exhaustion of it, whatever it's been doing, the bitterness, the resentment. How dare they not do it? You're going to feel it all, but you were actually doing it to yourself. You were willing to continue with that relationship, being of service and stuff. So you'll have some emotional stuff to go through, which is why you're hermiting from the relationship. If that's you that I'm talking about, Gemini. Then you've got the Chariot and the Queen of Inspiration. Are you ready to leap forward? Doesn't sound like it for me. Oh, maybe this is a different part. So this is not relationship related now. This is about your work. What's under that, and follow your passion. So it's time to get on that Nine of Materials journey here. So Gemini, this is, hang on, let's change my position. This is about taking your focus from the relationship and putting it in your life purpose kind of thing. Now, following your passion, what's holding you back from following your passion? It could be the relationship focus, just distracted by relationship. It's time to get on with that, and then there's something under it. So there's something to find out about yourself that has been stalling you in that life purpose, following your passion, doing what you came here to do. Remember that born with a gift thing? It's something to do with that, Gemini. Okay, and the Fool. So this new journey, Nine of Materials, what is this for you? Patience and joy. You've got really good things coming, Gemini. Just have patience with yourself, because you are having to adjust your energy, get focused on different things, get that Nine of Materials together, do it for yourself first. It feels to me like the Geminis I'm talking to right now, of course not all Geminis, hashtag not all Geminis, the ones I'm talking to now, if you're resonating with this, Gemini, it's not time to focus on the relationship. It's time to focus on your life purpose, on your work, that kind of thing, on your money, it could be, and have patience with yourself. It's you that got yourself there. You will get yourself out of there. Have patience with yourself. You've got joyful stuff coming, which is awesome. Right, what about your love life, Gemini? What's going on in your love life? Very soon. It's going to happen soon. There you go. Whatever you want in your love life is going to happen soon. So it seems to me like you're going to be breaking up with someone, maybe moving away from them, not trying to pursue them anymore because of the lack of reciprocity, or sorting that out from a past relationship, dealing with it from a past relationship. And then that reciprocal relationship when you start doing the self-love thing and mastering that and doing it for yourself, that new relationship with that reciprocity will come in for you, and you'll get a lot of joy from that, or just a lot of joy from your you got the very soon with the relationship stuff there, so it's coming. You've got kisses here. Kisses. You're being loved right now, Gemini. Unconditionally loving. Giving, receiving affection, falling in love. This is you. You are being loved, but it's self-love. This is you. I heard that loud and clear. This is you. Kissing yourself, unconditionally loving yourself, giving and receiving affection to yourself, falling in love with yourself. Very much a self-love journey for you this week. I need to shift my position again. I'm uncomfortable. Okay. Who have we got now? We've got Cancer. Cancer. 8 of Swords and 6 of Materials. What's this lack of reciprocity about for you? Oh, butt hurt. That's what I'm hearing. Your butt hurt about it. So, let go of the past and blame. Lack of reciprocity has you in resentment and blame. It's not a good state to be in. You need to let that go now. How do we do that? How do we set ourselves up for failure in relationships like that? Well, as I said, in the general part of it, we do too much. We're willing to do too much because we're trying to prove ourselves. We've got a lack of self-love. We don't realize that we deserve to have it. So, like, if you're in a house and you're like doing all of the work, all the housework, cooking everything, cleaning everything, just doing it all, and then you've got other adults in your house that you're treating like babies and you're doing it all for them. Why are you doing that? Like, there's adults in the house, they should be doing the fair share of that. Why are you doing that? You might think it's all about them being lazy or them making you or whatever, but have they actually asked you to do that? Or they just presume that you will because you're too busy doing it, always doing it, never questioning it, saying, oh, okay, I'll do it. You're doing it to yourself. You need to let go of that blame and then stop it. Just stop it. Stop doing it. Let it go and go with the flow instead. And if they don't do it for themselves, well, quite frankly, fuck them. They're not going to have it then, are they? They're not going to have dinner if you don't make it for yourself. It's tough love. You sort yourself out, Cancer. The Hermit and the Four of Inspiration. So you're taking a step back from relationships. It seems like a good idea if that was you that I was just talking about there. Sabotage, transformation. Because you need to get to the bottom of it, what you've been doing. You've been doing it. You've been doing it, Cancer. You've been sabotaging yourself. You've got a pattern here that's causing this lack of reciprocity. You need to transform that within yourself first. It's not going to transform in a relationship. They're not going to change until you do, and they're probably not going to change. If you've been doing everything for everyone, and you realize, oh, I can love myself instead, stop doing it. They're not going to suddenly start cleaning the house. They're still going to be lazy people, and you're probably going to have to part ways with them. And they'll probably meet someone else that's in this same pattern, because there's loads of people out there doing it, especially women. So taking a step back to transform that sabotage within yourself. So the Chariot and the Queen of Inspiration, what you're moving forward on, are you ready to move forward? Including compassion, including yourself in this and your compassion. So the reason, Cancer, why you're doing so much for other people is you love them and you want them to feel loved and all of this. You need to feel loved too. They should be doing that for you. You deserve to have people that are not like you, not people that are imbalanced and sabotaging themselves. People that will do it for themselves, that are loving themselves. And they'll do it for you too. They will do some things for you. They'll reciprocate. They won't do everything for you because you don't want to turn this on its head and do the other way. Have compassion for yourself. You deserve to receive too. That's where you're headed now. So you know how I said you need to have that vision that's aligned. Well, have a vision of reciprocal relationships, including yourself, being compassionate towards yourself, not the martyr kind of relationships that you've been in. The Fool and the Nine of Materials, because I do hear that a lot. People that have this imbalance of the lack of reciprocity thing, not receiving anything back, they often want, from a place of not being aware of how they're doing it, they often wish that they were in a world where everyone was like that. We don't want that. We don't want a world full of sabotagers that are all doing that. No, we don't want that. We want balanced people. So the Fool and the Nine of Materials, what's this? Oh my God, sabotage and cleanse. It's all the same. It's all the same message. This is a pretty full-on week for you to face that sabotage. And it's about you not receiving and that lack of the reciprocity that's been going on. You've been doing it. Sorry to say that, but you're going to be showing that this week. If this reading isn't enough to tell you that, you're going to be showing that. What have you got going on in your love life? I dread to look. Keep an open mind. Things can change. If you've been with someone that's just a taker, they're not going to change. Very unlikely they're going to change at the same time. As I said, they'll just move on to someone else that'll do it all for them as well. So keep an open mind and go for different. Your soulmate may differ from your usual type and expectations. You're expecting people to be unreciprocal, disrespectful, I don't know, unreciprocal. Keep an open mind. Imagine having a relationship that's good. Girl talk. Get together with your friends and find out what that is. There might be someone that's having a relationship that is reciprocal. Talk to them. She's got yes on her t-shirt here. You see that? It says yes on her t-shirt. Time with friends, moving on, happily single, living in the moment, having fun. I am getting that. Talk to somebody who has broken free of that. I'm one of them. And found reciprocation in relationships. Ask them about that. Okay, Virgo, what about you? Virgo, what's this lack of reciprocation thing? How come you're feeling bound? What's going on here for you, Virgos? Prepare a fear of lack. Oh, ay. Virgo. Where do I start with this? Okay, so you've got a pretty distinct fear of lack going on. So you might be having money troubles, abundance troubles in different ways. It might be showing up in money, probably showing up in all different areas of your life. And it's also showing up in this lack of reciprocation too. So it's like being mirrored. Your abundance is a similar issue to the not being able to let reciprocation in. And you're being prepared now. So you got it bad, Virgo. You got this one bad because you haven't just got the I can't let people reciprocate. I'm doing all the work in relationships and all of that thing going on, which could force you to be independent. And Virgo, it's not because you have got higher standards in a way than others. And so it's going to force you into independence more than other signs, I guess. But that's not the reason. Don't fool yourself that that's the reason why it's harder for you to get into relationships. It's probably why you let this stuff pile up too, the lack of reciprocation and a fear of lack and a problem with abundance on top of it too. So you're being prepared for an actual union that's going to be reciprocal, but you've got both things to let go of. Whatever it is that you're doing, which is probably not believing that you deserve to have an amazing relationship with someone that reciprocates and does plenty for you. Someone that does plenty for themselves, is self-loving to themselves, is doing the work themselves, and knows how to give too. Knowing that you deserve that, but also you deserve abundance and seeking that. And when you truly know that, and when you seek it out and you realize that you do deserve that abundance, then you're going to seek it out and you're going to find it. It's a big week for you regarding reciprocity and abundance. I feel like you need to tackle the abundance first, but it's the same issue. You're going to be able to apply whatever you learn in both areas. The Hermit and the Four of Inspiration. So it's almost like you're doing this same lack of reciprocity. Whatever is causing you to keep in the patterns that's giving you a lack of reciprocity in your relationships is the same thing that you're doing with the universe. You're not allowing yourself to receive from the universe too, which is what abundance is. It's about love as well, I just heard. Not letting yourself be loved, loving too much, loving others too much. Okay, stop now, guides. Let me move on to the next thing. The Hermit and the Four of Inspiration. Why are you hiding away from relationships, or why should you? Brilliant to know, my dear. Being more independent. Isn't that funny? So you've got this independence thing going on that you don't really want with finances, with relationships, because they won't reciprocate. But then you're wanting independence because you want to follow these ideas. So yeah. Do you have this independent vibe? You're asked to pull out of that independence to sort out this abundance and lack of reciprocity problem, but also be in that independence for the life purpose stuff, to have a brilliant idea, to step into your abundance. Yeah, it's kind of complicated, isn't it, right now, Virgo? It's kind of complicated for you right now. Being pulled in two directions, I think. So this Chariot and the Queen of Inspiration, what's this about for Virgo? Wow, double respect. Respect yourself, Virgo. You got to. Respect yourself. Before you set off. So you're that cat on the threshold. You're not sure whether you want to go in or go out. You're not sure what you want to do. You're on the threshold of it, but you need to find that self-respect before you move forward. It's connected with this and the brilliant idea. And they're figuring out that balance between you being independent and being brilliant and doing what you want to do for your life purpose and being able to have a relationship and let reciprocation into. You got a lot going on this week, Virgo. So the Fool and the Nine of Materials, what's this new journey? Relax, get what I want. You will get what you want. It's the Nine of Materials for you. So you need to get the Nine of Materials first, which is why your abundance is kind of messing up, to show you. It's not to punish you, it's to show you what it is that you're doing wrong. So go for the Nine of Materials. Go for your abundance for yourself first before you're kind of trying to get into relationships. That's what I was hearing. Sort the abundance thing out first, then the lack of reciprocation. But it's really the same, both the same issue. Sort it out with the universe first. It's easier to sort it out with the universe first before a romantic relationship. So let's find out what is going on in your love life this week, Virgo. Apart from the soulmate thing. Attraction. You're attractive right now, Virgo. But you're holding an imbalanced energy. So why is that attractive to people? What are you attracting in? Just be careful of what you're attracting this week, Virgo, because if you're in this shift and you know you need to make these changes, the vibration that you're attracting right now, the people that are attracted to you, your ego might be going, yay, this is another kind of an abundance. But just be wary. When we're in flux, it's not a good time to cave into those things that we're attracting in people, especially the people that we're attracting. Give us one, please, for Virgo. Yeah, just be careful of your attraction pattern to people this week. What I'm hearing there. Here we go. Mirror, mirror on the wall. Who's the fairest of them all? Virgo. Mirroring each other. Self-image relationships reflect our wounds, introspection. So yeah, who you're attracting is a mirror image of your energy right now. Do you really want somebody that doesn't know how to do reciprocity, that is struggling with their independence thing and abundance? And do you, or do you want to sort that out and in yourself, do the Nine of Materials thing, and then meet someone that's sorted it out too? Virgo. Okay. Libra, what about you? Eight of Swords and Six of Materials. What's all this reciprocity issues going on with you? I am appreciated, get support. So you're feeling a distinct lack of appreciation from other people. They're not doing stuff for you. You want to be supported. You want them to do something for you. You're taking it as a lack of appreciation. It's not that. It's not that they don't appreciate you. It's that you're willing to do to. It's that you don't appreciate yourself. It's that you don't appreciate yourself enough to sit back and just focus on something that's good for you. You'll keep on doing it for them. You'll keep on doing whatever it is that you're doing. Making all the effort, doing all the stuff, doing all the work, all of that kind of stuff. Being the sportive one and not getting that support back. It's not that they're not appreciating you, although you're probably attracting that out of them. You probably are with people that don't appreciate you. It's that you're not appreciating yourself. So you need to find that self-appreciation first. Support yourself first. I mean, why are you spending all your time making an effort for someone else? Why, Libra? Why are you doing that? Why not do something for yourself? Nine of Materials it. Build a business. Sort a home out for yourself. Get some savings. Buy yourself a car. You know, anything. Just do anything, but do it for yourself. Stop wasting your time and your energy on other people that aren't reciprocating. Don't do it. So what's this Hermit and the Four of Inspiration? Yeah, rest and connection. Give it a break. You've been doing too much for other people. You have to take a step back from relationships now. Hermit away to give yourself a break. The connection thing. Yeah, from all connections, not just from romantics. That you'll be doing this in all areas of your life. It might be a good week to take off. In fact, to have take off work. I mean. Get away from everyone, to rest, feel worn out, Libra. The Chariot and the Queen of Inspiration. Are you ready to get going on something? Doesn't feel like it to me. Fulfillment and compassion. Have compassion for yourself. You're in tricky energies right now, Libra. Have compassion for yourself. You're not ready to go rearing forward on anything. That would be really mean to yourself in these energies. It's time to rest and recuperate and heal yourself from what's been going on. Find fulfillment in the simple things right now for yourself, the little things, before you move to anything bigger, moving forward on something bigger. I would say, Libra. Have compassion for yourself. The Fool and the Nine of Materials. What about this new journey? What about it? Oh, innocence and love. You deserve love. You do. You're all about love, aren't you? And connections and relationships and balance and stuff, Libra. So you want that Fool's journey, but remember what I said about this Nine of Materials in the general part of it, if you didn't watch that bit again, because we've got to do it for ourselves, because it doesn't seem like you're doing that for yourself. You need to start doing stuff for yourself, having your energy, your gifts and stuff, these childhood gifts, use them for yourself to get something for you in your life to make you happy for a change. What about your love life, Libra? What's going on in your love life this week? Oh, so much coming out. Hang on. Staying optimistic about your love life. Stay optimistic about it. I don't feel like you've had particularly good experiences. Who has? Like I was saying, I don't think any of us have had particularly good experiences. I don't think we've even experienced any of us love, proper love yet. So, but stay optimistic about it. Positive thinking will bring you romance. Maybe not this week. You've got to do the self-love thing this week. You got the Runner. Almost came out for another sign on you not to take it. It's yours, the Runner. Runner in a codependent relationship, fear of intimacy, listening to ego. See, you've been in relationships, Libra. You've been willing to give too much. You've been in relationships. I imagine that when you say to them, hey, can you just do something? Can you step up? Like, this is exhausting, me doing all the work or whatever. And they do a runner. They literally run away. Like, hell no, you're asking too much, and do a runner from you. Because you've been codependent, you've been doing too much for them. They don't want to give back. They know that they don't need to, because you'll just keep on doing it. So, time to get out of the relationships that you've been in. And face it, what vibration were you in when you were attracted to them in the first place? You've got a lot to work through. And it's all about self-love for you this week, Libra. And Scorpio, what about you? What's all this reciprocity stuff going on for you? How come you feel bound? Time alone and healing, you need that. Reciprocity, but it needs to start within ourselves. We need to start giving our energy to ourselves. Scorpio, you've got to start giving your energy to yourself, healing yourself, doing it for you, getting some good things for you. Stop trying to give it to someone else, pour it out to someone else. Fill your own cup first, Scorpio. Time alone, healing. Do it for yourself. And then you'll naturally attract people that want to do stuff for you, that will reciprocate. Just keep on doing it for yourself. That's what happened with me. I just really got focused on myself and was doing things for myself and looking after myself to the best of my ability, to the top of my ability. And then, because I was doing that, I was doing a lot of sport and stuff, looking after myself. And then the people I started connecting with in those places, the gyms, people that are looking after themselves as well, people that I'd kind of been blocked off to before, just energetically. People that had always been around, but I wasn't saying hello to them and hanging out with them. I started hanging out with them, and they're the ones that can reciprocate. I was like, oh my God, they were always there. How come I didn't hang out with them before? Because I didn't have it in my energy, because I was one-sided, because I was codependent before. So time alone, Scorpio. The Hermit for inspiration, it's time alone. Saxon, who is aware. Oh, so you're hermiting away, and it's got something to do with marriage, and it's got something to do with sex too. So in your romantic relationships, I mean, you've already got healing time alone there with the reciprocity thing. So you've got some unraveling to do with codependency there, but also the time apart from a romantic, someone that maybe that you thought that you wanted to marry, I'm hearing. It's unraveling the sex. It's Scorpio. What you like? A sex dependency is what I'm hearing. You're probably can have better sex with someone else. There's a sex dependency going on here. You need a break from somebody or from the idea of somebody to break that dependency. It's weird. It's almost like you're obsessed with somebody sexually and you don't need to be. It's keeping you locked into a pattern that's not serving you. Well, that's quite specific, Scorpio. What's this Chariot and the Queen of Inspiration then? Fast forward, are you ready? Oh my God, about relationship. Scorpio, what are you doing? Who am I in lovers? Who are you without your lover? What? You're wanting to rush forward into this relationship and the universe is like, hold your horses. It's throwing bricks at you. I was just about to say it's putting brick walls in front of you, and I saw this image of like angels throwing bricks at you, your head. Have you been hit in the head? So many people have hit themselves in the head lately. There's angels throwing bricks at your head, or whatever hit you in the head. If that's you, to slow you down, it's like, stop it, you're going in the wrong direction. Who are you without your lover? And those that are single, I've just got this feeling that you're obsessed with somebody. You're not really single. You're not single in your energy field, and you're not single in your head. You're obsessed with somebody sexually. Oh, Scorpio. The Fool and the Nine of Materials. So this stuff is going to be coming up for you this week. The Fool and the Nine of Materials. So what is this new journey that you've got, the risk that you've got to take? Face the situation, your love. You deserve way better love. Stop it, Scorpio. Let it go. Let it go, Scorpio. Truly be alone. It's time to heal yourself. Truly be alone. You're not going to get what you want if you keep on going down this path. Face the situation. You deserve proper love. You haven't experienced it. None of us have experienced it. So let's not keep on going down that path. If you keep on doing what you did, you're going to get what you always got, but it's not even true anymore. You're going to get worse than you got before. Is what I'm being told now. We can't continue doing what we did. It's going to get worse because the universe wants us to evolve and move on. Right, what is going on in your love life, Scorpio? I dread to see what's going to come out here. Calling in your soulmate. Calling in your soulmate. Remember what I said about the twin flame thing from that general card? You're calling them in. It's not who you thought it was, and it's not the level that you thought it was. It's much better than that. You haven't experienced it yet. None of us have experienced it yet. Be open and available for much, much better, which means letting go of the old, Scorpio. You've really got to let go of the old because you deserve much better. Give us one of these for Scorpio. So you're calling in your soulmate now. Your soulmate's calling you. The universe is calling you to call in your soulmate now. It's like, Scorpio is still obsessed with that person over there. Could you just let it go, Scorpio? Because your soulmate wants you. Your real soulmate. Wow. Coffin. Put a lid on it. Get rid of them. Endings bring new beginnings, growth, change, liberation, transition. You've got to let go. You've got to put a lid on it now. There's something to complete. Don't just stop it. You're not going to get any different. You're going to get worse and worse and worse if you continue down this path that you've been on. It's time to let it go. Let it complete now. Wow, it's pretty heavy, Scorpio. And I feel like I've been giving this same message for ages. Haven't I been saying the same thing for ages to you, Scorpio? It feels like it. It feels heavy. Who's next? Sagittarius, what about you? What's this lack of reciprocity for you? What year is this persistent grace? Resisting letting things flow for you, letting things be good for you. I get this kind of fight from you here. You know if someone's doing something for you and then you're being like critical about it, like you're not doing that right, you're not doing that right. It's almost like you're pushing reciprocity away by being critical about it. It's not because you're critical, it's just one way that we sabotage reciprocity, one way that we push it away from us. There's many ways that we push away reciprocity. But that's a key for you, is you're resistant letting things flow. Someone does something for you and it's not quite right enough. Well, what are they going to do? They're not going to do it for you again. So, well, or whatever. Sag, I'll just do things for myself now. That's your key to unraveling this issue with reciprocity. The Hermit and the Four of Inspiration. It's overwhelming to be with a loved one at the moment Fights. I'm getting fights. Are you in fights at the moment with a loved one? Or an ex. It could be an ex too. I'd dump you. With that. If that was, if that's you. I wouldn't stay in a relationship like that. Someone criticizing me when I'm helping them. But yeah, it's overwhelming to be with them at the moment because of the fight. So take time out from a relationship and you'll get that clarity, hopefully, to see what you've been doing within it, the sabotage patterns. So the Chariot and the Queen of Inspiration. Are you ready to move forward? Are you? Accept what is. You're on track. You're on the right track, but there's inner work to do first. You're not really ready to go forward. You might be asking for forward movement, but when things aren't so great in your life, when you haven't got the Nine of Materials in alignment, everything's working out great, it's not the time to move forward on things. So accept what it is. You are on track, but there's more work. There's more inner work to do, Sag. And you're the person to do it. You're pretty connected, so you can do this work. The Fool and the Nine of Materials. So abundance and empower yourself, it says, Sagittarius. So it's time to get that abundance for yourself. Do it for yourself. Get yourself a house. Get yourself a car. Get yourself sorted. Get yourself a business. Get yourself a better job. Get yourself that promotion. Do it for you. I really feel like it's probably a good time to take a step back from relationships and do the self-loving thing for you. But let's find out with your relationship card. What Sag you got going on this week in love? Sagittarius. It's safe for you to love. Oh, so you're doing it from a lack of safety then, this arguing, this criticizing thing. You're doing it because you don't feel safe. You're pushing them away because you're scared that they're going to withdraw their love. Whew, it's safe for you to love. It's safe for you to love. Start loving yourself more, Sag. It's time for you to do some self-love. Oh, twin flames, yin yang, zen, balance, union, duality, coupling, complement each other. So you Sagittarius that I'm talking to are on a twin flame journey. You've not met your twin flame yet. Not with this energy, you haven't. But you're going to be on this twin flame path. You need to learn right now that it's safe for you to love, which means self-loving to get on that twin flame journey. Remember I said, twin flames, they get together when we're in a very high state of alignment. So get yourself in that very high state of alignment now. Focus on yourself and your self-love. You're being called to be on a twin flame path. And not everyone's going to make it, by the way. Not everyone's going to make it. But you're being called to that because you got the twin flame card there. Capricorn, how come you've got issues here with reciprocation? Okay, you've got to choose to change. You've got to choose to let it go now. So pretty much, yeah, reciprocation. If you're doing all of the work, making all the effort in relationships, that kind of thing, you're not getting that reciprocation back. It's because you're doing too much. You're choosing to do too much. You're choosing to do too much because what? You don't think you deserve reciprocity. You don't think you deserve them. You don't deserve to receive. You don't deserve to sit back and let them do it for you. You don't deserve to, whatever it is that you don't think you deserve. You need to choose to change that now. It comes from a cleansing of an idea that you're not good enough first. And Capricorn, the Hermit and the Four of Inspiration. So taking a step back from relationships. Why? Interesting. So you've got perfect and success here. So you want your relationship to be perfect, but you're meeting people that are kind of criticizing your perfection in other areas of your life. That's what I'm getting from this. You need to take a step back from that because that's what you're doing to yourself. So you want to be perfect. You want your life to be perfect. Perfect abundance, perfect business, perfect all of this, perfect relationship. And you're finding criticism because that very search for perfection and success is actually showing you that you don't feel good enough already. So you got that fine balance. Like Capricorn, you do want to have that pursuit of success, that inside of you. You can't get rid of that. You're going to have that, you're Capricorn. But there's the dark side to that. Your sign is the devil, right? There's the dark side to that, and it's the way that you hold yourself back through not loving yourself. So take a step back from relationships to figure this out in yourself is what I'm getting this week for you, Capricorn. So the Chariot and the Queen of Inspiration, are you ready to move forward on something? Travel, maybe, and meditate. Okay, so it could be that you want to take time out, even more time you're out than this time out being at home and actually go on a retreat or something like that. Travel and meditate. It's a retreat. So you might be fast forward to have a retreat. Interesting, yeah. You could be wanting to do that. If that's popped in your mind, absolutely do it. It's the right thing for you to do, Capricorn. Or just take like a break from work, meditate more, do your own retreat kind of thing. But we got the travel there, so it probably is a good idea to do it somewhere else. You know, away from the phone, away from this and that, and people calling around and wanting things from you, especially if you've been having trouble with reciprocation. The Fool and the Nine of Materials. Own my idea and simplicity. I feel, Capricorn, that when you get on the page of doing stuff for yourself, that it's okay for you to do stuff for yourself, and you start doing this Nine of Materials thing, building something for yourself, your own business or whatever, and doing it for you rather than someone else. When you're simply owning your idea and doing it for you, by yourself, for yourself kind of thing, that things are really going to start moving forward for you. So get on with that. Get on with your own thing for you. It's a lonely road. Who was that for? Someone was saying something in their mind then, and I was just told to tell you. It was telling yourself some kind of excuse in your mind. It is a lonely road. Yes, it is. It's okay. You'll find somebody eventually. It's a lonely road for all of us. Okay, not a good sign when I'm shuffling the relationship cards. Let go of control issues is the one that you've got. Okay, Capricorn, let go of control issues here. Allow the situation to unfold naturally. Don't try and force it. So if you're trying to force someone into reciprocation and all of that, if you're trying to get them out of that criticism, I don't know, you're not going to change it. You can't control it. You just need to recklessly abandon that path that you've been on and feeling. Get on with your own stuff, and the relationship stuff will sort itself out. Don't try and control it. Just get on with you and your life and your stuff. The Grim Reaper. The relationship is over. No second chances. Grow and transform your life. You can't control it. You can't change them. You can't fix this relationship. You can't make it right. Aquarius, what about you? What's this lack of reciprocity going on with you? What's this issue? Oh, you've been working on it a lot, I see, Aquarius. That's good. Maybe codependency issues and things like that, doing too much for other people. You've been working on that, taking a step backwards, one step at a time, learning a little bit more, a little bit more. So this is just like another layer of the onion being peeled, Aquarius. You've been doing this work already. There's a bit more to do on it. One step at a time. You will get to the end of it at some point. The Hermit and the Four of Inspiration, taking a step back from relationships. What's this about? You are appreciated in intimacy. Right, so your intimate relationships, you've been attracting people that don't appreciate you. And I'm feeling like you're kind of realizing why that is now, Aquarius. You're giving too much of yourself away. You're learning about it. It's that codependency, right? Wanting to do things for other people. You're learning about it. You're pulling yourself back, focusing on yourself. It's good. Appreciating yourself more, of course, then you're going to start attracting that same appreciation toward yourself. The more you love and appreciate yourself, the more you attract people that do that too. I'll tell you the same story I just told another sign. I started doing it for myself. I pulled back from everybody, like this hermit, and started I made me my job, my priority. My full-time job was looking after Claire. And so I sorted my diet out, exercise, all of that. I was already pretty good, but I just sorted myself out in every area of my life just by myself. Wasn't hanging out with anyone. But when I was doing that, you know what happened? Because I was exercising more, I suddenly noticed these people around me at the gym. They were always there. I never used to say hello to them, or it would just be like a nod. I started actually stopping and talking to them. And they were people that were looking after themselves. They were people that could reciprocate. They had plenty to give because they were looking after themselves. I'm like, why was I so close to them before? How come I was hanging out with all these people that couldn't reciprocate? All the ones with the other codependency issues. And then there's all these healthy people here that I was just saying hello to and never hanging out with them. Like I had a block to hanging out with the right people before. And so, yeah, I'm getting that for you too. So the more you're appreciating yourself, the more you're going to attract the intimacy, the friends, the lover that are going to appreciate you too. So it's a big call to self-love, the path that you're already on in self-love, taking it deeper. The Chariot and the Queen of Inspiration. Are you ready to get going on something, Aquarius? Listen and gratitude. Kind of. You kind of are. You're kind of on that threshold, but you need to listen to yourself more and have gratitude. A lot of lessons, a lot of learning that you're going through right now, shifting your energy in a big way. You're going to be ready soon to move forward on something. You're getting on that same page as your higher self now. It doesn't feel like this week. You are getting on that same page as your higher self this week, but it doesn't feel like it's go time for you this week, Aquarius. So the Fool and the Nine of Materials, what is this? It's about feeling good enough. Yeah, it's the self-love thing. So doing that Nine of Materials for yourself, all of it, the Nine of Materials. So your money, your business, your fulfillment, your health, your well-being, your sanity. That's funny. All different kinds of well-being, doing the best for yourself now, being okay about that, about the self-focus. So it feels like the Nine of Materials, you're headed toward the Nine of Materials now. You might have got quite a lot of that going on, a lot of it manifesting. You might have a great business, a great job, and great money and stuff like that, but you're not taking care of your health or something like that. There's a balancing act to do here. The new journey is focusing on you and moving forward with that, doing the best for you, Aquarius. Really taking a step back from other people is what I'm getting for you, Aquarius. Now, you've got the Children card out. Children. Your love life is being affected by children. I'm getting something very specific for that. It's an immaturity. You're attracting an immaturity, an immature type. Not just one person. You're attracting immature types, and this could be in all aspects of your life. It could be in your romantic life, where you have been attracting them in the past. But immature clients, immaturity out of people, immaturity in your family and stuff like that. You're attracting immaturity out of people. Why is that? Maybe you're being too mature, you're taking too much responsibility for the maturity, do you know what I mean? Being like a parent to everybody, so you attract the child out of them. That's what it is. Your love life is being affected by children, by an immaturity because you're being too mature. I'm not asking you to be immature. I'm saying you don't need to be the mature one for everyone. Something to think about there. It's affecting your love life. Wow, that was specific. I've never got that from the Children card before. Give us something else for Aquarius here. You're too willing to do too much. It's connected with the reciprocation thing. Reciprocation issue. Sunglasses. What's this? Watching, looking, stalking, gaslighting, perception, focusing out. Shift your focus from your love life as it is now. Look back in the past at what has already gone before and be brutally honest with yourself about that, what I just said there. Being the parent or the teacher or that kind of thing, drawing out the immaturity out of others. You might think that everyone's immature and they're not. But there's something that you're doing. So look at yourself. Look back and look at yourself. There's something that you're doing that is drawing immaturity out of people. And what else? Pisces. Pisces. Finally Pisces. Almost done. Okay. Eight of Swords and the Six of Materials. So lack of reciprocation. What's going on here for you, Pisces? It's overwhelming. Oh, wow. No way. Overwhelming and I'm limitless. You think that you're this limitless resource. You think you're source. You're not God, Pisces. I mean, you do have a lot of love to give and a lot to offer. But you think it's this limitless pool, this endless pool of resources that you've got that you can give to everyone else. You see yourself as source in that way, that you've got lots to give. Why do you see yourself as source in that way? Because you're not. We're all an aspect of source, all of us, including everyone that you're helping, everyone around you. You deserve to receive from them too. But you think that you're this overwhelming source of good for everybody. What gave you that idea, Pisces? You need to move away from that because it's really tripping you up. The Hermit and the Four of Inspiration. Taking a step back from relationships, what's going on here? You're figuring out who you are and you're having patience with yourself. Good job, Pisces. If you're not doing that, that's what you should do. Figure out who you are and have patience with yourself. Withdraw yourself from relationships and figure out what it is that you want in relationships, who you are. Just have patience with yourself. I feel like you're shifting in your mindset of what it is that you want from relationships and even life. Could be going through a big unraveling, midlife crisis, that kind of an energy. Not a crisis, but a big change in your mind of what it is that you want from your life, that kind of thing. So the Chariot and the Queen of Inspiration, are you ready to go forth and prosper? Are you ready to like move forward, fast forward with something? Let's find out. Yeah, you're resisting your passion right now. You haven't got a focus on yourself at the moment. You need to focus on yourself. You know, when I started this business 21 years ago, it was because I wanted to change the world. I thought the world was broken. I thought you're all broken. You need my help. Now I don't do it for that. I do it because I really enjoy doing it. I really enjoy doing it. And I don't think it's not because you're broken. I'm happy to do what I love doing and for people to get benefit out of it. And it helps you to move forward. Hopefully it does. But you're not the reason that I'm doing it. Sorry, Pisces. But you're not. You know, I do it for myself now. I do it to run my business, to get the money for me. But I do it because I love doing it and I want to share those gifts with people. I'm doing it for me. I'm being selfish about it. So get selfish, Pisces. Do something for yourself. It's got something to do with this. You're thinking you're an overwhelming resource for everyone else. You're here to help the world. You're here for everyone else. As I said, I used to have that too. It's not true. Not source. We're not source. We're part of source. Yes, we do have resources for other people, but we don't have to supply everything. You are also, they are source for you too, you know? Let yourself receive. The Fool and the Nine of Materials. Uh-oh, you and Virgo sitting in the tree. Fear of lack. Yeah, you and Virgo. Fear of lack. This moment. New journey. Nine of Materials. Okay, it's time for you to start creating something for yourself. Have you had a financial crash, Pisces? Has your abundance just turned to shit or something like that? It's the universe, your higher self saying, wake up. It's time for you to do something for yourself now, putting yourself first, self-love. This is a self-love path. So the Nine of Materials for yourself, it will turn around so fast for you, Pisces, if you do that. If you say, okay, my money's turned shit. Maybe Claire's right. Maybe it's because I was thinking that I was a resource for everyone else and I've been giving it all away. Maybe it's time to get something for myself now, make something for myself, build something for myself so that I've got the resources for me, stability, because I deserve to feel good. I deserve to feel secure. I deserve to receive. I deserve to have that backup so that I feel great. Do that and head toward that, building something for yourself. It will come so fast. How do I know? Because I did that. I did it for myself, and I'll tell you what, it was like the universe was like, oh my God, and all my guides and all the angels are going, oh my God, she's finally got it. She's finally doing it for herself here. And then they started throwing money at me. I'm like, oh, that was all it was about. Seriously, I've been struggling with abundance for so long before that. It will happen super fast. It happened super fast for me as soon as I started doing it for myself, I tell you. Pisces, you're on the verge of that, the threshold that this kitty cat is on. You're on that. What about your love life, Pisces? What's going on? Taking a step back, bullshit. Express your love. Oh, you've got something in your heart that needs expressing now. It's you time for sure. And then maybe that's what you need to express to someone if you're in a relationship. It's like, I just need to focus on myself right now. I need to pull away from you. It's not you, it's me. And because I need to focus on myself and make something for myself now. I realize I've been too focused on you and other people. Express your love, make that romantic gesture, but this is more about talking and expressing yourself and being upfront with your loved one if you're in a relationship. Not the time to pursue a new relationship if you're not. The Sword and the Rose, beautiful. Clarity, truth, revelation, solidarity, force, honor, protection, power. This is doing it for yourself, right? Protecting yourself. I'm not in a space right now to give to a relationship. I've got to focus on myself because I've had this aha that I've had this messed up belief that I'm here for everyone else and I owe the world something or whatever it is. The Sword and the Rose is like there's a sweetness to cutting something away. It's like I've got this thing to sort out in myself. So, yeah, needing to take a step back from relationship or the pursuit of a relationship or whatever. It's you time. It's you time, Pisces. And there we have it. That's everybody. I did it. And now it's time to eat because I'm starving. So thank you so much for watching, everybody. If you made it to the end and you watched the whole thing, good job. Thank you. If you'd like to share my video with other people, that would be awesome. I want to grow my channel. That would be nice. And it would be nice to have your help to do that. But thank you for all your support and your likes and your comments and all of that. Everything that already does, and your subscriptions, of course. Everything that does already help my channel. Thank you so much for that. I'm loving doing this, as I've said. And so, yeah, thanks for watching. Have an amazing week, and I will see you next time in my dailies or in my psychic cafe or wherever. See ya. Bye.